Dad, I'm here.
I'm glad.
How are you feeling?
Not much of anything right now.
Are you going to be fine?
Yeah, I know. Honey?
Yes.
You know how proud I am of you.
Well, I haven't always acted admirably.
That's all of the past. I've tried to be a good father.
You've been a wonderful father.
Honey, I want you to go on with your writing. And I want you to be happy. And if anything happens, you stay close to Anna. You know, she loves you too.
And I love her very much. But nothing's going to happen.
That's the case.
You be quiet now, okay? I promised Larry I would only stay in here for a moment.
No.
Cathy, Jim, Dr. Scott's waiting.
Yeah.
The orderlies are here to take you up.
Yeah.
We'll be waiting for you. I love you.
I love you too, honey.
What happened? Yes, I'll be right here, but why are you coming over? Is Joe all right? Well, we just... All right, I'll be waiting right here. Please hurry up.
What?
There's been a new development, and he's on his way over here.
New development? What new development?
Well, he wouldn't tell me, Richard. He'll tell me when he gets here. Oh, God, I hope Joe's all right.
Pretty. Where you sashaying off to?
I'm going over to the newspaper office to pick up my last paycheck.
Gonna go see that pretty boy while you're there, too? Maybe give him a little goodbye kiss? Maybe hello kiss? Now you talk to me, girl.
I don't know if I'll be there. I don't want to see him anyway. He hates me. Never knew I was married.
What about you? You ever know you was married? Ever remember your marriage vows? You ever remember me?
I gotta go get my money.
Yeah. Don't fret nothing about your money. I'll pick it up for you. Everything's yours, it's mine. Everything.
Look, you're not gonna be able to cash my paycheck. I'll do it.
You ain't going near that newspaper office ever again, and that's a fact.
If you try to go over there and get my paycheck, I'm gonna call my boss up and tell him that you can't have it.
You giving me orders?
Well, I have a right to go over there and say goodbye to everybody. They've been real nice to me, and I might not ever see him again.
Might not. You ain't ever gonna see him again, and don't you forget it. No, we're gonna do it your way. This time. You go on over there. Don't forget where
what Jim said a couple of months ago?
What?
If he got any more honorary degrees, he'd have to get new office space.
Anna, why don't we go down to the doctor's lounge or the cafeteria and have a cup of coffee?
I know what you're thinking. This room has too many memories, and I'm letting myself get depressed.
Aren't you?
Maybe, but I want to be here. I want to feel close to him, because I need to.
Anna.
Hi, Cathy. Hello, Pat. How good to see you.
Well, I came by because I wanted you to know that I was thinking of both of you.
We've been concerned about you. Thank you. But, Jim's in the operating room now, so...
Yes, I know, and, well, for what it's worth, the hospital just isn't the same this morning. Everybody is thinking about him and rooting for him.
That doesn't surprise me. Everyone who's ever worked for him loves and respects him.
Well, how long did they say that the operation would take?
Well, Larry said it would be several hours.
Oh, well, then I would like to stay with the both of you if it's all right.
It's so sweet of you, but shouldn't you be with Paul?
Well, I saw Paul late last night, and besides, they really don't let me see him for more than a few minutes at a time anyway.
How is he?
He's better, but I don't think I have to tell you how he feels about Jim.
He mustn't blame himself for what happened. I'm sure it was something that couldn't have been prevented. The point is, Jim is here now, and he is the best heart surgeon there is, and he's going to be well.
He will make a good piece of pie.
Doctor, once we're on cardiopulmonary bypass, be prepared to check the blood flow. I want to make sure that we have an adequate perfusion pressure, understand?
Yes, doctor.
Good. Anesthesia, how's the patient reacting?
No problem, sir.
Nurse, in about 20 minutes, when we're on perfusion, I want you to check the size of his pupils and the conjunctiva to make sure there are no swellings, understand?
Yes, Dr. Scott.
Swab this area, doctor?
Yes. Urinary output.
Normal.
Blood gases.
Normal.
Nurse, we'll also add fresh frozen plasma to the pump prime, understand?
Yes, sir.
You ready, doctor?
Yes, Dr. I am.
Very well.
Clamps?
We're going to make a longitudinal incision to the skin, through the skin to the breastbone. After that, the sternal saw. By the way, is the sternal saw ready?
Yes, Doctor.
Good. Everyone, we have a long day ahead of us. You understand that? We must keep on our toes. I want the EKG and the pulse monitored very closely. Scalpel. All right. Let's take a look at the heart.
The message is brief, but, well, to the point. Some other interesting things about it, too.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, listen.
This is Joe Riley speaking. I'm with Kenny Vernon, and we're being held as hostages by two people who are fully armed and have given every indication that they're ready to carry out the threats they've made.
They must have written out what they wanted Joe to read.
Yeah, but it sounds like he was trying to add a few comments on his own.
Yeah, you're going to hear a few more clicks in a second.
I want to make it clear that this recording is being made.
It sounds like he was going to say under duress or under protest or something like that.
But, Viki, he is cooperating, and at this point, that's very good. Now, listen.
I have had talks with both of the revolutionaries, and they have made it crystal clear that there is no room for negotiation. They want Paul Kendall dead or alive.
Well, that's not it.
Oh, God, why did it have to be Joe?
Well, we're Believe me, doing everything we can, Vicky.
I know. I don't even know why I asked the question. Joe was the one who was so determined to get Jim his medicine.
Well, in that he has at least succeeded.
Ed, I'm frightened to death for him.
I know. And this is very small consolation, Vicky, but, well, we know Joe and Jenny are alive, and I don't think any harm will come to them as long as the terrorists think they have a chance to get Paul Kendall.
You going to get them, Paul?
No, of course not. But hear me out. I think what we have to do is let them keep thinking they have a chance to get him until we can find out where these two fanatics are hiding out.
When you find them, what then?
Well, then we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, huh? But finding them is a big step.
And what are the chances of that, Ed?
Well, I think the chances are pretty good. It's pretty clear right now they're somewhere in this vicinity. We're tracking down every possible lead. I'm talking to Paul Kendall, hoping he can remember something that will give us a clue as to where these people are hiding. Believe me, we're working around the clock.
Oh, I know. I certainly can't ask you to do any more than you're already doing.
Well, I gotta go now. Now listen, if there is anything I can do, don't hesitate to call me, all right?
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Thanks, Ed.
All right. Oh, God, if I could get my hands on those people.
Viki, I just heard the most terrible rumor about Joe.
No rumor, it's the truth.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Vicky, look, you didn't get any sleep last night. Why don't you come with me down to the lounge, get out of this office, we'll have a cup of coffee.
No, thank you. I'd like to stay here in case there are any calls.
Why don't you go with Richard? I can stay here in case there are calls. It'll only take a minute to get you up here from the lounge.
Yeah. And besides, I don't think there are going to be any calls in the next couple of
How do
hours.
you know that?
I'm sorry. Forgive me, I shouldn't snap at you.
It's all right, you can snap if you want to snap.
Okay, let's go get a cup of coffee.
I'll get to you the minute I hear anything.
Thank you.
Mr. Kendall, the doctor's instructions are for you to remain calm. Otherwise, we are going to have to put you under sedation.
Over my dead body. I'm not taking any sedation.
Well, then, please, try to calm yourself. You're still in a weak condition.
Where is my wife? She was supposed to be here 20 minutes ago.
It's only a few minutes since your wife was sent for.
Where's my watch? I can't find anything around here.
Mrs. Kendall has been paged. If she's not here in the next 5 minutes, we'll page her again.
Look, do you know what's going on out there? We are dealing with lunatics. Now, if they can't get at me, they're gonna go after her. She needs police protection every second.
I got here as fast as I could. If you need me, I'll be at my station.
Where have you been?
With Anna and Cathy, what is it?
Look, I want to know what's going on around here. There are rumors flying all around the hospital.
What kind of rumors?
That Jim... Something about a coronary bypass operation. Now, I want to know why Bonnie and Herman released Jim.
Paul, look, the doctor's instructions were that you should not get excited.
Look, I am not excited.
Now, when is your next pill?
Oh, look, I don't know. What is the story with Jim? And what about Jenny?
Well, they still have Jenny.
Oh, what's going on? I mean, have they threatened to harm Jenny?
No, it really has nothing to do with Jenny.
Well, then if it has nothing to do with Jenny, what does it have to do with? As well level with me. I know that Bonnie and Herman would not have given Jim Craig up unless they got something in return. Now, they didn't get me, so who did they get?
Well, all right, you know that arrangements were made for Joe to bring some medication over to
Oh, no. Don't say anything else. I know what happened. I can figure the rest out for myself. When Joe got there with the medication, they traded Jim for Joe.
That's right.
Oh, God, Pat. When is this going to end? I mean, how many innocent people have to be hurt before it's all over? And all because of me.
Hi, Edwina.
Hello, Becky. What can I do for you?
Nothing. I just wanted to talk to Mr. Riley for a minute. See, I'm leaving the paper.
Yes, I'd heard that.
I'm just going around saying goodbye to everybody.
Well, I'm afraid you're going to have to postpone your goodbye to Mr. Riley.
What do you mean?
Well, obviously you haven't heard the news. I guess that's not so surprising since it just happened last night.
What news?
Mr. Riley is being held hostage by those two terrorists.
Oh, no. You mean they got three hostages?
No, they have Mr. Riley and Jenny Vernon, but they released Dr. Craig.
Boy, that's real decent of them. Should you feel real sorry for Mr. Riley?
That's what we all do.
Well, how did it happen? I mean, did they just march right...
Becky, it's such a long story. I really don't want to go into it now.
Well, what about Miss Riley? Does she know about it?
Of course she knows.
She must be all broken up.
Yes, she is.
I'd like to talk to her. You know, tell her how sorry I am. Is she here or is she at home?
She's here. She's in the lounge.
Well, I think I'll go talk to her on my way out.
Becky, I'm sure she'd appreciate hearing how concerned you are for Mr. Riley, but I think right now going to see her would be ill-advised.
Ill-advised?
I don't think it would be a good idea.
Why not?
Because right now she happens to be with Richard.
Oh, I see. Well, you know, I'd hate for her to know I was here, and I didn't even want to say goodbye to her.
Becky, I tried to be discreet. I'm sorry you didn't get the message.
What do you mean? Come on, spit it out, Edwina.
All right. I don't know what it is that you said to Richard the other night at the Blue Ridge Club, but I do know that he hasn't been the same since. He's very hurt, and among other things, his work is suffering because of it.
Linda didn't say anything about that.
Melinda?
Yeah, she came over to see me at Richard's Center after that night at the Blue Ridge. She said Richard was real worried about me.
Well, I'm sure Melinda had some reason for saying that to you, but I can assure you it's not true.
How do you know that?
So I'd really rather not go into that.
Well, if Melinda says Richard's Center, I believe her.
You can believe whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me.
Well, I think it does, Edwina. You know, I get the feeling that you ain't the least bit sorry about what happened between Richard and me.
All right. If we're going to lay our cards on the table, then I'd be glad to tell you I'm not the least bit sorry. Richard is one of my oldest and dearest friends.
Oh, yeah, and you'd like him to be more than that, wouldn't you?
I'll tell you something. If I'd been involved with Richard as much as you were, nothing like this would have ever happened. You lied to him from the beginning, leading him on, promising that the two of you were going to be so happy together, when all the time you knew it was an impossibility. Now, those are the facts, aren't they? But if you want to go down to that lounge and pour a few more grains of salt into those wounds, you go right ahead.
Heart lung. Everything functioning normally?
Yes, sir.
Good. Cross clamp.
Have fun.
Let's have some suction here, Doctor.
Suction? Very good. All right, everybody, on your toes. This is the most crucial part of the operation. This clamp can remain on for only 20 minutes and go. 20 minutes. Not 1 minute more. Something wrong, Doctor?
No, nothing.
I know what you're thinking. The book says 20 to 30 minutes.
Doctor, I wasn't questioning you.
But I do not go by the book, Doctor. It will be 20 minutes and not one shade more. The heart function is going to be stopped by instilling a cardioplegic solution. Cardioplegic solution. Go.
Let's have some wipes, Doctor.
Wipes.
Yes, sir.
Suction. Suction. Then, Doctor, we will occlude the ascending aorta. I'm going to make a 1/4 inch incision in a segment of the coronary artery just beyond the obstruction. Is the saphenous vein ready?
Yes, Doctor.
Good. Ice saline solution ready?
Ready, Doctor.
All right. Okay, let me see the draft.
Stitch?
Stitch? No. We'll have to thin the vein a little bit more to fit the artery. Ice saline solution. Ready? Go! Okay, Doctor. We'll have a better chance at taking a look at this once the aorta's cross-clamped. 2 cc's magnesium dextrose. Ready?
Ready.
Go.
Back there.
Okay, now for one final check.
Respiration has been held.
Body temperature.
And now at 30 degrees centigrade.
Good. The pressure's low. Increase the rate. Increase the flow rate. Flow rate.
Flow rate increased. Arterial pressure, normal. Venous pressure, normal.
Right to thorax, Doctor.
Suction. Good. All right, everybody. Clap. Let's go to bypass.
You're on.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment.
You have got to stop punishing yourself. You are not the guilty one. Now you're talking as if you deliberately went to that prison, got the key, and opened up the door and let them escape.
Couldn't have turned out much worse if I had, could it?
Look, when you had me paged a little while ago, I was down in Jim's office talking to Anna, and she is going through hell. But I would like you to know that she did take the time to express some concern for you. And I think that you could do the same.
Okay, yes, I have been pretty unreasonable.
Oh, Paul, look, I can understand your anger and your frustration. But the fact is, it is not helping matters at all.
No, I guess it isn't. What's the word on Jim?
He's still in the operating room.
What are his chances?
I don't know. I don't know.
Just getting completely paranoid.
Dr. Scott is performing the operation.
Good. What about Viki? How'd she take the news about Joe?
I really don't know. I haven't seen her yet.
Well, I guess that was kind of a dumb question anyway. Oh, God, but if I could just get out of this hospital bed and help more to find those 2 people.
Well, if you were well enough and could get out and go look for them, where would you find them?
Yeah. Where would I go? Good question. Do you know if Ed Hall has come up with any kind of a lead?
No, I haven't seen Ed, but Vince was down there while I was talking to Anna, and if something had come up, I'm sure he would have told me.
Well, give Viki and Anna my best way when you see him.
How can I safely assume that you have calmed down enough and that you're just going to concentrate on getting better?
I don't have any choice, do I?
No, you don't. So I'm going to go now. I'll see you in a little while.
Wanted to know how, any word on Joe. This phone never rang.
Anybody stop by?
No, not a soul.
Viki, look, why don't I take you home now?
No, stay here.
There's nothing you can do here. Look, at least at home you can be comfortable. And there's Kevin to think about.
Kevin, thank God he's a baby. Thank God he doesn't know what's going on.
Viki, I hate to leave at a time like this, but
No, it's all right. I understand. You have work to do.
I'm sure everything's going to work out.
Bye. Okay. If you're going to stay, I'm going to stay.
Please, I'm sure you have work to do as well.
Well, if Joe were here and he had an assignment for me to do, it would be to take care of you.
You're fond of Joe, aren't you?
Fond? I don't know about fond. It's been pretty tough on me. Downright unreasonable sometimes.
You know why, don't you?
I think I know why.
Richard, he thinks the world of you. You're exactly like he was when he was your age. And you and I both know that he's not nearly as tough as he would like people to believe he is.
Yeah, I know that. This is very hard for me to say.
What is?
When I first came here, I was really full of myself. I knew everything about everything. Mr. Riley straightened me out. He made a good reporter out of me. And he bailed me out of all the messes I got into. Yeah, I'm fond of him. I just feel so damn mad because I can't do anything to help him right now.
Richard, I'm sure that Joe knows just how you and I are feeling right now.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, thanks, Murphy. Look, if Ed wants me, you know where I am, right? Okay, all right, thanks.
Any more news about Joe?
No, nothing.
I should call Viki. Oh, Anna, what can you really say to her at this point? I guess nothing. I would like her to know how grateful I am to Joe for getting Jim out safely, but now Joe's in danger. I don't know what to say to console her. It's 10:05. Jim's been in the operating room for over 3 hours. Anna, it doesn't do any good to keep looking at your watch. Why haven't we heard anything?
Hey, Anna, it's probably a good sign. I mean, if something went wrong... I mean...
It's all right, Vinnie. I know what you mean.
More suction, nurse. More suction, nurse!
Yes, Dr. Scott?
Damn it, why do I have to repeat everything twice? We seem to have an acute hearing problem in this room. Clamp.
Get that suction in, Doctor. There's the partial occlusion clamp.
Right. Okay, I'm going to apply the partial occlusion clamp to the anterior wall of the aorta. Clamp. Doctor, I want to isolate it, and I want to make an incision. Anesthesia, how are we doing?
Everything's fine.
Good. After the incision, I want the rest of you to be ready for the vein graft. And then be ready to check the blood flow when we remove the clamp, understood? I want everyone to be at least 3 steps ahead of me. We'll have to do a second bypass, understood? Scalpel. All right, everybody? Set. Go.
Look, Viki, if you're not going to let me take you home, at least lie down on the sofa and get some rest. Otherwise, you're not going to make it through the day. Viki?
What?
Did you hear what I just said?
Yes, of course I did, everyone.
Well, how about it, huh?
Richard, I'm sitting here thinking about what to do.
There's nothing we can do.
That's what I thought, but what would Joe do if I were being held hostage?
I hate to tell you.
He would use the newspapers to get at the people involved, and that is exactly what we're going to do.
Will you let me take you home?
Please don't argue with me now. You were right before. There is nothing to be accomplished by sitting around here worrying, and maybe I can't accomplish anything in print either. But at least I can try.
Well, what have you got in mind? Where do we start?
Where do we start? Boy, I haven't put out a paper in a long time. But I haven't forgotten everything my father taught me. You had some pictures of Jenny recently, right? All right, there are a bunch of pictures of Joe down in the files. I want 2 pictures, one of Joe, one of Jenny, side by side on the front page.
All right. What about the tape recording?
Tape recording in a box right under the pictures. Who's doing the lead editorials these days?
Tape Fuller.
Okay.
Get a copy of the tape that Joe made. Have Abe listen to it and tell him he has carte blanche.
Oh, we got some problems there.
Why?
Because Dorian has been insisting on looking at all the editorials.
To hell with Dorian. You tell Abe Fuller, Victoria Lord Riley wants it, and that's that. And you tell Abe we're going to run that editorial on the front page, right under the headline.
Okay, you got it. What else?
What else? Run the reward offer again. Anyone with information leading to the whereabouts of Joe Riley and Jim...
I know what to say.
Okay. And there's one other thing I want on the front page, Richard. I think Joe would want it there. Story on Jim Craig, how he's fighting for his life right now.
Okay, I'll go to the hospital myself.
All right, but don't bother Anna. The last thing she needs now is reporters. Larry Wolek should be keeping up with the progress of the operation. You can get all the information you need right from him. What's the matter?
Nothing. No, nothing at all.
Richard, I just pray we're not too late.
Larry, I'm glad you're here. We're going crazy. I'm wondering what's going on downstairs.
Jay, it couldn't be better. Now, I gotta say, I've seen a lot of films of the Beki's work, for example, in Houston. He's one of the pioneers of the coronary bypass operation. I gotta tell you, our staff is every bit as good as the Beki's. Jack Scott's really right on top of the situation.
But you said he performed a second bypass.
Anna, that's not unusual for a patient to have 2, 3, even 4 bypasses. There's no complications, none whatsoever.
Well, what, a few more hours and then you think it'll be over?
I hope so.
You hope so?
Well, I expect so, Anna. Come on, you know the statistics. This is a long, delicate operation. There's over a 90% success rate. And if he has the proper diet and the proper exercise afterwards, there should be very little chance of recurrence.
Larry, after this, is he going to need one of them,
Pacemakers.
Pacemaker? Well, it's hard to tell. I would imagine for the first few days. Just as a precautionary measure.
It's hard to tell anything. How many more bypasses he may need? What kind of...
He is alive. And there's a very good chance he'll be alive for a long time to come.
Larry, I pray you're right.
Careful in removing the aortic clamp, Doctor. I don't want any complications.
All right, Dr. Scott. In a few seconds, ventricular rhythm should accelerate.
Should?
Will, Doctor. Barring complications.
Thank you. We're wasting too much time. We need a cardiac assist. I don't like to look at that heartbeat. Let's shock him, Doctor.
The defibrillator is ready. But this heart's done for him. He can't make it on his own.
We'll wean him through it. He must remain on the cardiac pulmonary bypass. Ready? All right, now everybody stand back. Shock, now. Now.
We're getting something.
Good. Into the aortic balloon.
Clamps.
That blood pressure.
I know, it's not good. Enough to help his heart until the pressure's back to normal. Look, I know you're all tired, but that can't be helped. We have a long day ahead of us. All right?
Everything you wanted done is done. It'll be in the next edition. Yeah. I still haven't gone to the hospital. I couldn't get in touch with Dr. Wolek on the phone. I figured I'd catch him later after the operation.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Richard, what's wrong with you?
Well, nothing. Really. Well, I was talking to some of the guys in the mailroom, and they said that Becky stopped by to pick up her stuff. Say goodbye to everyone.
Not to you?
No, not to me. Oh, I don't know. I'll never figure out women.
Richard, I wish that phone would ring. I'd give anything to hear Joe's voice right now.
But before I go to the hospital, let me drop you off and I'll take you home. There's a phone there too, Viki. Come on.
There's really nothing more we can do here, is there?
No, there's nothing more.
can't put my thoughts into words. I can't talk, I can't even write.
Well, as long as we're laying our cards out on the table, I'd be glad to tell you I'm not the least bit sorry. Richard happens to be one of my oldest and dearest friends. And I'll tell you something. If I had been involved with Richard as you were, nothing like this would have ever happened. I mean, Becky, dear, you lied to him from the beginning. You kept leading him on, promising him that the two of you were going to be so happy together. And all the time you knew it was an impossibility. Now, these are the facts, aren't they? But if you want to go downstairs to the lounge and pour a little more salt into those wounds, you go right ahead.
I didn't mean to hurt you, Richard. I swear to God I didn't.
What you got there?
Nothing. Just a shopping list is all.
You hand it over.
Look, what do you want with an old shopping list?
Okay. Got to tell you something. I think maybe we got us a little trouble here, a little problem with truth-telling. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to tell you straight. No woman of mine tells me lies. I don't care what you think about me. But old Luke ain't never been accused of not telling the truth. You understand me, woman?
I understand you.
Is that it?
What it?
You ain't got nothing more to say?
No,
You ain't got nothing more to do?
not that I can think of.
You still aiming to tell me that you're writing some shopping list?
Why should I lie to you?
Okay, now we're just gonna discuss that real civilized like here for a minute. Why should you lie to me?
No reason I can think of.
You love me? You overjoyed to have me back with you?
I'm not lying to you, Luke.
You ain't exactly spilling your gut either.
Tell me I don't feel like conversation.
You going somewhere?
Nowhere in particular.
Maybe you're going out and mail your shopping list, huh?
I'm going to the grocery store.
Oh, yeah. You're going to fix me one of them 5-course fancy blue plate special kind of dinners right here in this room, eh?
Well, I could fix up something.
Oh, yeah, I bet you do fix up something.
Well, bye.
You know you ain't going out of here.
Please, Luke, I gotta go do the shopping.
Becky, what did I just got done telling you about lying?
I know.
Becky, why are you still trying to make me mean again?
I don't want to do that.
Let me see what you wrote. I said, let me see what you wrote. You're going to give that to me. Nice and easy. Or I got to take it away from you. Oh, Becky, why are you trying to make me into a mean old man again? That is not my nature. I'm a loving man. I got a whole lot of love in me for you. Only you never let me love you. Natural life. Seems like I always got to do it with force. Say it, Becky, huh? Who you gonna write them notes to from now on, Richard? No, it's gonna be John. Dear John, you say it, you hear me? We're gonna write them notes to now, huh? Is it gonna be Richard? You better tell me, Becky Lee. Tell me. Say it.
Dear John.
Don't you move, girl.
You get away from me. You got the No, you just leave me alone.
Yeah, I got it. But I just figured, maybe I'll just deliver this note to Mr. Richard myself.
Don't you dare do that. There's no reason.
Oh, there ain't, huh?
To deliver that note, Luke, you're gonna have to kill me first.
You sound like you meant that.
I don't have anything to lose.
You don't care whether you live or die?
My future doesn't look so good. So I guess I don't care. But if you kill me, Luke, you got something to lose.
Now what I got to lose?
Do you think it's worth spending your life in jail for? I know you like your freedom, and if you kill me, everybody's gonna know that you did it, and they're gonna catch you. I never meant to deliver that note to Richard. I don't want you to do it.
I don't believe that. Now why'd you write it then?
Can't make you understand.
Oh, meaning I'm too dumb?
I don't think you're too dumb. I think you're real smart.
Huh? Hey, you never gave me no compliment like that before. So, come on, explain to me just how come you write a note you wasn't gonna send?
I was just putting my thoughts down. It's like when you can't be in touch with somebody who you care a lot about. Well, it's sort of like keeping in touch with yourself.
Hey, your mind's out to lunch.
I've changed, Luke. There are a lot of people here who've been real nice to me. Miss Hopkins and Mr. Riley. It's not hard for them to be nice. They let people know they care about them.
Bull. Now there's family. They care most times. Then there's neighbors. They care sometimes, and that's it.
You left out friends.
Oh, yeah. Friends. Now you're talking about the general run. Well, I'm going to tell you something. The general run don't even know you're human.
I think you're wrong. Those people have changed me. They've changed my ideas. I don't expect you to understand that, because to understand that, you'd have to change yourself.
Change? What's wrong with the way I am?
My friends would never treat me like you do, because they feel shame. And I don't think you feel anything like that, Luke. I think you just better be careful, because one of these days I think I'm just going to spit on you and walk on by.
You will, huh? Well, now, before you do that, you just better think about this. Them friends of yours might just watch you stumble on out of here with a very noticeable limp, maybe even on crutches.
If you can't help me, or if you won't, surely you must know somebody who can.
You know, you seem to think that finding them is the easiest thing in the world. It is not. And even if I knew where they were, they're not going to be glad to see me coming down the street.
Why not?
Bigot. Within the movement, there are different people with different ideas and different feelings. I don't know, but Bonnie and Herman might be holding that man and your wife for some feelings of their own and nothing to do with the movement.
You mean it's a personal thing because of Paul Kendall?
Whatever it is, this bad press is making the movement look like the worst thing in the block since Hitler.
And does that worry you? I mean, does the bad press worry you and your friends?
Does it worry us, man? We got enough problems. We don't need this.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, wait. Look at this for a moment. Suppose you could tell me where my wife and Joe Riley are. I could get them out of there.
You and the cops.
Yes, that's right, but the point is that the focus would be on Bonnie and Herman as individuals and not on any movement. If your group has a spokesman or something like that, they can make an announcement to the press that this whole atrocity was, an ego thing, a personal revenge thing. Does it make sense?
You get your wife back, the banner gets Riley. We get an improved image, right?
It'll work. What do you think?
I don't know. But you're pretty smart. You're the first person in a long time who's given me anything to think about.
And of course we keep thinking about Viki. There she was, expecting Joe to return any minute.
Vicky's holding up pretty well.
And she's as brave as Joe. He's already done so much for Jim, arranging to bring the medicine to him, and then... But people are monsters, trading lives. Now I know they didn't let Jim go out of kindness.
Well, Dad hasn't always had the kindness or the love that he deserves.
Cathy, don't.
I know that I've caused him a great deal of pain. I get on one of those downward spirals and I lose myself and I start hurting him, and now look at me. Now I can't think of anybody but him.
Cathy, Jim knew how you felt. He understood. He was happy at the new kind of life you made.
Wrong.
What?
I mean, you're not wrong about how you feel, but you're talking as if Jim isn't going to be around anymore.
Oh, my God.
Wait. Come on, there's a hand. Good. Okay. Anesthesia? Talk to me. What do you say?
Blood pressure's climbing.
Really?
Not yet. He's on his way.
I don't want him on his way. I want systolic at 80. Heart block. Increase the flow of blood to the entire system.
Yes, Doctor.
All right, Doctor. If that doesn't work, we'll have to give him 2 cc's of metaraminol. Metaraminol? 2 cc's. Get it ready. Got that? Got it, sir. Gotta keep the pressure up. Keep the pressure up. Suction. More suction, nurse.
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, read me again, anesthesia.
Blood pressure's still rising, sir.
I assumed it was rising. Are we at 80 or aren't we?
It's a slow climb, still not at 80.
Respiration.
14 a minute. Steady as ordered, Doctor.
What the hell's going on here anyway? Doctor, we'll have to use a chemical pressor. Urinary, watch the kidneys. 2 cc's metaraminol. Ready? Go! Come on, move it!
Say this all turned out. You got... The cops got Bonnie and Herman alive. What would you be?
What would I be?
That's right.
I'd be the most relieved man in the world. I'd also be the most grateful. I mean, to have my Jenny back.
The papers will focus on Bonnie and Herman as people, apart from the movement. But they're also going to focus on you, buddy boy.
So what?
So then I think you're going to be what you want to be. Superhero. Yet another ego trip.
No, look. Listen to me. My wife is in danger. She could be killed. I don't care what happens to me. How'd you get something like that?
I didn't use it.
No, where'd you come up with an idea like that?
You said to me, if I do my part, you're going to bring in the cops and catch the bad guys. You.
But that's just a matter of expression, a matter of saying, what has to be done.
Listen, if you want a gold star, that's up to you. And if Bonnie and Herman want to do something I don't understand for their own motives, that's up to them. The movement is going to survive this bad press because I'm going to survive. And you know how? I'm going to walk right out that door, no matter what you do. I'm going to call your bluff about spending the night with the cops. You get nothing from me.
Yeah. Thanks very much.
And what kind of call was that? You ordering Chinese food, or you want to know the time or the weather?